What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. So excuse my hair because I don't know what I'm doing with my hair yet right now. I know it's looking real crazy. It's raining outside. It's supposed to storm. I'm home, but I'm just waiting. Excuse my hair. And I hope the rain and thunder doesn't affect the sound. Let me check that real quick. Okay, so it's not that bad. But yeah. So as you can see, today's video is gonna be about waxes. So I'm gonna share my experience with getting a wax with y'all. At my first wax, it did hurt like HE double hockey sticks. Like, it hurt so bad. But at the end, the results was like kisses to the chef. At the end, it feels tingly, but it's so soft. Like, your cooch is gonna be so soft. And when I got my first wax, it lasted for a very long time. Like, you're supposed to go back every 4 weeks, 3 to 4 weeks. But I didn't even have to go back at that time, so I didn't, because my wax was lasting longer than that. I think my wax lasted for a good while. I don't remember how long, but I know it was longer than 4 weeks for sure. So I want to say it probably got me through a whole month. But anyway, yeah, when you first get there, you know, temperature checks, all that stuff, they're supposed to do that now due to COVID, and you can't have a guest with you, so you have to go, you know, in the room by yourself, and that's because of COVID. I don't know if before if they were doing like you can, you know, bring a friend back there with you or bring someone back there with you, but now due to the pandemic, you can only have one. Well, yeah, only one person can go back. Basically, you, yourself, and the person that's waxing you can go back into the room. Now, each time that I've gotten a wax, the person who has worked with me has been very gentle and patient and just open and just really nice. So I do appreciate that. The very first time I went, one girl, she pretty much just told me take a breath, and then she would snatch everything off. Yeah, so if you do get a wax for your very first time at European Wax Center, located in many different places, you could get half off your first wax. So you can do your eyebrows, your armpit, your cooch, your booch, your lip, your chin, your neck, whatever you're getting waxed, they'll give you a half off. And I can wax, I went to a different place, but it was with the same company, just located in a different state. I paid $40 for my wax, so plus a tip, which is optional. If you would like to get a wax, I recommend it, if you got the shmoney for it, to go every 4 weeks, unless you have a bomb waxer who, you know, they wax you and it lasts forever. That's kisses to the chef. I personally had 2 different people because I wanted to experience what it would be like going to a different location. The first location that I did go to, they made it to where like you have to have an account with them or like a membership with them. So when I was done with my wax, they were basically like, when would you like to come back? We'll schedule your appointment, blah blah blah. And the more times you miss your appointment, I think there's a fee you have to pay, and then I think you have to wait, which is why I wouldn't recommend, you know, scheduling your next appointment until, or if you know for sure that you're gonna come, or until, you know, the time comes around. You can just call and be like, I would like to make an appointment, you know, things like that. So that's my advice on the wax. I haven't tried any wax products because they give you different options. They give you like a little serum, an exfoliator, whether you want to lighten up or just keep it soft and smooth, or I think just like, you know how you cleanse your face with like acne and stuff like that, and I guess, you know, like razor bumps from prior shaving and stuff like that, is they give you a few recommendations. So another thing, when you first go to get a wax, one tip would be to take like a Tylenol or something. If you have, I think low pain tolerance is when you can't stand pain, right? Or is that high pain tolerance? I don't know. If your pain tolerance is not like, you could take a needle or you could take a wax rip, I would take a Tylenol before your appointment, you know, so that you don't feel as much pain at the end, or that tingling sensation doesn't bother you. You're going to see some red stuff. You know, if you have a sensitive hoo-ha, you might see a little bit of bleeding, because you know your hair follicles are being ripped out of your skin. So, you know, don't be scared. And if you have any questions, always just ask your esthetician, you know, whatever questions you have. And if you have somebody who's like mean and impatient, or, you know, just rude, I would just stop right then and there. You would like to get somebody else, talk to a manager, whatever. I'm grateful that I had 2 different people who were, you know, understanding and very, you know, like, patient with me. The second person, she was pretty much asking, you know, making me feel more comfortable, asking me what I do, asking me what I like, what makes me get a wax, blah, blah, blah. Then the second time that I went, of course, I fell off and I waited a whole, I think, couple months to go back and get another wax. So at that point, you know, I was back to my natural state with my hair. And that stuff was painful. So I wouldn't recommend waiting, but, you know, stuff happens. So if you can't go back, you're not supposed to shave when you go back or at all. But I feel like if that was ever to happen again, I would probably, you know, trim off some and then go back, so that it's not as much hair that's being taken off. But preference to each his own. I'm just letting y'all know what I would do. I'm not an esthetician, I'm not a professional, I'm just saying my experience. But yeah, so yeah, it's always good to have somebody that has patience, that's caring, and, you know, that's very informative. Those people that like to help. Second time, they say, isn't as bad, and I'm kind of 50-50 with that, because my second time I waited, but at the same time it was like I already knew what pain was coming. So for me, it was just like, you know, half pain, half, that wasn't so bad. So yeah, I can say that the second time isn't so bad, as long as you don't wait a long period of time. Like, you go back in 4 weeks. If you feel like you don't need to go back in 4 weeks, like how I didn't need to go back, then go back in 5 or go back in 6 or a few days after that. You know, just when you start to see more, just when you start to see your hair grow back, just so that it's not so much and that you're not waiting a long period of time. But yes, I wouldn't recommend making an account, because they also say you have to pay a fee, and something about they'll not sure be blocked, but you just have to wait until you can come back. So that's another reason why I went to a different location, because I didn't like that. And I didn't really ask any questions about that. I had just missed my appointment and I got this text, and I was like, okay, no, this is not gonna work for me, because y'all not about to be snatching money out of my account, and y'all not about to be telling me be here, and if you're not gonna be here, then you have to pay. So I didn't like that, so I didn't do it. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you have any other questions on waxes, you know, I'm not that much experience, but I know a little bit I can share with y'all. Just comment down below, like this video, and subscribe if you haven't already. And always remember, you can't take money to the grave, but you still live your life to the fullest. And I will see y'all in the next video. Peace out.